Okay, so this is our April 2025 Water Priestess, Water Leyline, Dragon Leyline. Also, there is something to do with the Vatican energies, as I have in this image. The Vatican doors are opening or have been opened after 25 years because of the Jubilee. The Jubilee does either 25 years or 33 years. So there's something happening. We're not exactly officially starting yet because I know that there's more people that need to come in and I need to be focused on that. Next time, maybe I'll have someone that does that for me. I keep forgetting to ask for volunteer to do the click, click, click because I just want to go. I have all these energies. Um, so, in the meantime, if more people want to say who you are, what you're doing, and if you're healing the world in your way, like Pippa is in Devon with the water essences and codes, share what you're doing, whether it's a public thing or if it's private and you're like me walking around churches and you're not really doing it online, but it's happening, let us know. Hi, Moni.
I can share briefly. Um, I just came back from two events, one in Mexico, attending the Rainbow Bridge event with Matias De Stefano. So we work with the rainbow colors, Rainbow Bridge. And a day after, I went to Oahu, Hawaii, and I returned yesterday night from there. I visited many places, um, connected with Lemurian and Atlantean energy in Oahu, and on the last day, it was pouring rain. I was on the most they say is the most important historical site. There is a temple ruin on that site, and the moment I arrived with my crystals and set them down, the rain started pouring. So I was just soaking wet. The water was dripping. So it
Where
was
were you?
Oahu, Hawaii.
Oh,
Yeah. So there are places with very, very strong Lemurian and Atlantean energy. So I visited many of those. I wanted to show to you what I drew on the plane to Oahu because the flight was really long. Kind of unexpected, but this one. So let me see if I can share.
yeah, I love the colors. Laid Alice, that's cool. It's a
I
water
drew it and
dragon.
then I passed it on to my daughter and I said, give her a name. And that's the name that came.
How old is your daughter?
She's so my daughter was born in 95, so she's 29. And I passed it on and I said, give her a name, and that's the name that came. And she's
She
a water
feels like.
dragon, so she's here today.
Yeah, she looks and feels like this water dragon.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
very, very connected. Yes.
And I also have this one. I brought it for today's session. It has aquamarine eyes,
Yeah.
and I have the star being. So these are our guardians
Oh,
today.
look at the star being. I
Yeah,
love
I know.
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, so happy to be here, Alessandra,
Yes.
for this event. Thank you.
All right. Well, I feel like just starting because I just can't wait any longer. I will have to maybe do a double task to allow people in. Like I said, Moni is joining with your unicorn and crystal egg. Crystal egg? Unicorn and crystal egg. Sorry, when you said crystal egg, I thought of dragon egg. This is supposed to be pearlescent. Uh, all right. I still feel like waiting a little bit. Does anybody else want to talk and share about what you do and what you're doing? Because I still feel like waiting. Here's a water dragon, a little baby water dragon.
Hi, I'll share a
Hello.
little bit.
Hello. Hi.
Hello, hello. I'm in a little corner because everybody's sleeping here. um, in pre-wedding organizations. So, but I am joining from Australia, and I have worked for quite a few years, more than a decade now, mostly quietly through being taken through many different parts of the land, healing the underlines of the waters throughout Australia. But I also work with clients through water as well. I have been shown how to do many of things, and amongst that, clearing the cellular body, working on the light body, but all through water. So it's definitely my path, and I've been beautifully connected to you, Alessandra, just lately, and it's been wonderful.
Yeah, I recognize you very much, and I keep seeing you with different faces in different cultures and in different times. So I think I know you from many places. And it's connected to ancient mysteries. Not that the ancient mysteries had to always be just of the divine feminine, but so much of the divine feminine was holding on to the ancient mysteries and kept it a bit underground. Anybody else want to share before we dive in and we become officially boom boom start?
Hello.
Hi, Ada.
Hi. Yeah, I would just like to say hello to everyone, and I'm so excited we're gathered here. Right now, I'm taking a little walk. I needed some sunshine and some grounding in nature before we get started. So I'll find my way home, and yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm walking around and connecting, seeing different places, just working the grids and the water. The water is always there. So I'm so happy you're doing a replay because I just got a vision where I need to bring that replay. I'm supposed to bring that replay up to the tip point of Denmark in the coming days, where I can share or work with the water. It's a connector of two big water bodies right there. So yeah. That suddenly came in
Do
minutes
you,
ago. So
you said
mm,
Norway, right? You're in Norway. Yes, sorry.
I
No,
I am a
Denmark, Denmark.
I am a Norwegian, but I do live in Denmark.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
So I'm
okay, okay, okay.
walking Danish ground at the moment. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay,
the tip
well.
point that I'm going to is like a connector point between Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. So
Denmark,
yeah.
Norway, and Sweden. Okay. Yep, I
So
feel
yeah.
that. Okay, and thank you for bringing nature to us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I'm sitting
Yeah,
in
I
my
needed to
home.
connect with the trees
Yeah.
today.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for the grounding.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. Enjoy.
thanks. All right, one last call. Anybody else want to share before I dive in and we start going nuts? We had 70 people signed up and there's 14 people. There's been a lot of changing and shape shifting. That's the word that I have, shape shifting. So as I softly go into sharing, let's see. Am I supposed to do that? I don't know. I want to share with you a very, very, very happy being. This is how I see our plasmatic insides. I see us when all of our chakras are in alignment and when our head is fully switched on. I see us like this, like plasma beings on the inside. So I don't see the separation of the chakras. I don't see the skeletal structure. Also, I just want to share that the fairies, and more than the fairies, the dragons, all the different animistic beings that are playing with me, whether it's the trees that are outside or the volcano or the lake that's right there. And I'm in Italy and I'm on the Vatican grounds, so there's a lot of elementals with me. Today they were playing a lot with this sort of, it was a mixture of things, and they're putting a lot of things on my face. There was like an incredible amount of sparkles for celebration, but then there's the Vatican energy right behind opening their doors. So they really wanted this battle energy, sort of like, we won't stand for this, we stand for truth, we stand for balance. Then I often have this thing that comes along with it, with the tribal fairies that come. So whenever I get ready, it's always a surprise for me as to what colors, and it's always looks similar, but they have different symbols for me. So I'm like, okay, there's this very defiant energy coming in. I often tell people, especially to the live events, if you want to come dressed up as your dragon self, as your crystal self, as your inner child, as anything, dress up is so important. And I think that dress up is or was extremely sacred to native shamanic people. The shaman was dressing up as something very, very different. Sometimes it actually looked a bit scary because it was showing the spirits of the mountain or something that was very different from being human. And sometimes you had male shamans dressed as female to show that they were both. So I'm just feeling this right now. I just want to share with you that I have these plasma pillars that I'm working with, and on this side there's the dragon side, and there's this, it's melted crystal, recycled quartz, and so they might be popping in, but as I see them as huge. I see them as big as the Eiffel Tower, and they come in as some specific energy structure that I'm working with that presents itself as liquid light or liquid crystal, so solid or plasmatic. And plasma for me means water and fire, and they come down through, for me, the Aldebaran portal. And Aldebaran is on the outer planes of our galaxy, so it's a protector guardian with, I think, also Antares, and I have a strong connection with Antares. So even through, I got a little bit of allergies, so even for regular astronomy, Aldebaran and Antares are known to mark the, I want to call it the equatorial plane, but that would be for Earth. So it marks the plane markers for our galaxy. So they are guardians. So they are on the outer perimeter of our galaxy. And so this Aldebaran energy is bringing in what I feel is stamina, antidote, and energy that we need. Ideally, we need it because we would be recharging it successfully through our own ecosystem on Earth, through talking to the animal kingdom, plant kingdom, bird kingdom, and all of it. But because we're not recharging ourselves properly, we're getting outside assistance, but that outside is me. I mean, I am Aldebaran. So we are recharging ourselves now today through our counterparts, ourselves that are in other places in the universe. Mini pause because I have allergies. Does anybody have any questions about what we're doing today? I will start listing and telling you what we do, but does anybody have any questions, or if you have any intentions? Or did I say requests too? So the words for our mind and for our psychology of what we are doing today, how we are directing the waters or how the waters are directing us, the words that we have are balance and truth. And without saying too many words, but some words are going to be said, you have America and politics, you have Italy and the Vatican, and that too is religious politics. You have LGBTQ plus, binary, non-binary, especially in America. So we have the opposite of balance right now. We have extreme separation and extreme fight, which is interesting because symbolically speaking, then you have the opening of the doors to the Vatican. For me, everything has an extremely negative and positive polarity. I'm not Catholic or Christian. I'm more into animism, believing that I'm channeling every part of the universe that wants to come through me. I'm a star being, I'm a fairy. But when you have this opening here, to me, this is a two-way street. There's a lot of the water here that we are bringing in, that we are feeling, that I'm seeing and sensing under the Vatican. So there's a lot of things that are being released to the light, and things that are returning to be therapized, if that makes sense. So when I'm talking, or when I got the message for balance, I saw it on large scale, because from what I see, I don't care about politics because I'm a spiritual warrior, so I come to things from a back way, building structures of light, playing and having with so many others that we're doing it in our own different way, through water, through sonics, through sounds, and bringing these light structures so that then those who are down on the ground being activists in different ways are building or destroying old systems to then build the new world. So when I'm saying balance, I'm being very aware that there's a lot going on, and that it's really dividing us, and it's getting people very angry, and that there's a reason for that, right? If people are in a state of fear and anger, then in psychological studies, it is proven that people are more stupid and ignorant. Our mind is not functioning fully because we're in fight or flight. So we're being reduced. We are all being reduced, a lot of us. So here we are, identifying with all this water that we are, and all this power that we are, and all that we are connected to channeling. So I'm bringing in my massive group and legions of unicorns and Pegasus that I will talk to. So I will take a pause in case anybody wants to share the frequencies that you are bringing with. I sort of exposed myself. Anybody else bringing unicorns and Pegasus? I have more words to share, but anybody else bringing things to the table that you want to share?
Well, I know that the nymphs are very present through myself and the merfolk, not just from here, but from many, many galaxies away.
Yes, I'm happy you mentioned that, because the words that I had for today, they were words that I have different interpretation for. So we have the myths, and that was another key word for today for us to think about too. Myths and legends and shape shifting, and where is the reality in that? So we have the harpies, I'll explain those maybe later, the selkies, Pegasus, and you mentioned the nymphs, and a lot of this, and even Pegasus and even unicorns were associated with the froth of the ocean. So there's a lot of, maybe people were onto something. So any more questions? Because I might just dive into the shamanic work and we'll see where we are going to be led. But let me know if you have anything else you want to contribute or share. If that's the case, mute yourselves. I think you all are muted. Let's go into our shamanic journey and let's see where we are being brought today. Breathing deeper. So what we're doing is for ourselves and for humanity and for Mother Earth and for the elementals and for the dragons and for the unicorns and Pegasus, it's really, we're working with the whole ecosystem. So it's not just humans, but everybody benefits, including planet Earth. I see a message here. Andromedan love dragons. Yes, okay. I like that a lot. Okay. So let us begin by releasing whatever's within ourselves and knowing that we're beginning to also release for planet Earth. And I can do that through the drum. Breathe in deeper. Lay down, sit down, be in your space. We're calling upon our higher selves to direct the show, to know just how much we are receiving, how much we are letting go. What doesn't work for you, just don't accept it. But have your guides work with you so that you can make the most out of this. Ishta Rose, I see your interdimensional dragons and plasma energies, yes. So breathe in deep, and in a way, it's like let your guides do the heavy lifting and let yourself be transported. Even though what we're doing is work for ourselves and work for the planet, working through the ley lines, the water ley lines, we're doing double duty, but we benefit from this a lot. Release from your feet, from your knees, from your armpits. Very specific messages. Receive from the back of your head, the nape of the neck. Release dust or clay, or I'm seeing like clay that's been crackling around us, dropping to the ground like dust, liberating us. There is a lot of dark energy that just wants to be released, whether it's yours or mine or the world's or humanity's. There's just dark energy that wants to be taken to the light, digested by Mother Earth. She is huge. She's good at recycling. She's good at recycling energies. So let her do the work. We dump everything and we just let her do. On behalf of ourselves and what we are connected to. Honestly, I'm seeing some creepy things that are just leaving, and I'm thinking, well, that's disgusting. But I'm like, well, that's really good. I honestly feel safe and protected in pink energy. I trust myself and my guides, and I'm like, well, thank you for showing me this. If we don't want to see it, we don't have to see it. But stuff is really going. And whatever the stuff is, it's been wanting to go. It's kind of like being tired and saying, well, what's it like in the next level? Or what's it like to be therapized? Let's just try something new. So there's a lot of things that are getting unstuck in very big ways. That was a very clear message by some natives. I usually link in with Native Americans, maybe the Potawatomi Native Americans from Chicago, as I had a lifetime as one and I lived in Chicago for a long time. So the message was, we are here, and this is from the Native Americans who have passed away, but as bodhisattvas they have stayed in the area, in earth, and they're saying, we forgive you, our brother, our sister. We forgive you. We forgive the popes. We forgive the politics. We forgive the humans. And we forgive anybody else that needs to be forgiven. The earth is giving, and the earth is receiving, and the earth is reclaiming. And we're part of that. And there is balance. And there is grace. And there is ease. And there's reckoning. But we don't have to get our hands dirty. There are so many helpers. We just want to be willing to do our mission, our part. But it can be soft, and we can be so liberated as we liberate the others. Pause to feel and accept the deep forgiveness from all the people who could have a lot of rage and anger towards us. Feeling the open-hearted acceptance of when people are really connected to the universe and their land and their home and their people, their community. When we are whole, then we can just have a lot of compassion for others, but then it comes back to us too. So lots of compassion for us. So the Native Americans, and those are the ones that I'm seeing and sensing, but we're really tapping into the oversouls of all the indigenous bodhisattva beings from the Aboriginals in Australia and other places of the world that are wanting to participate, and I see them and feel them, and I honor all of their names and their nations and their identities, and they're joining in ceremony with us because this ceremony is for Mother Earth. It's for the balance of everything, for the restoration of the proper ecosystem, and for really building a new earth that brings back the old systems that we needed, like the native, the indigenous, the proper way of the Amazon forest to work, the proper balance between butterflies and the insects that they eat, and all these different things. And so there is a message of, we see you. We come from other worlds. We see you. We see the politics. We understand the politics. We're not dumb. We understand what you need. And funnily enough, it's almost as though saying everybody needs more therapy or more of a hug or more compassion or more goodness. And the justice comes in saying, picking someone up and saying, well, you're not in charge of that anymore. You go get your therapy and be taken care of over there. And there's some grandmother energy that usually comes in when I do this work too. And she's like, and you're going to take it up and you're going to go move over there because you've been a bad boy, but you need to learn why you did bad, because if that happens to you, would you like that? And so there is a reckoning with a deep amount of love and wisdom and respect and honor for everything and everyone in the ecosystem. Because in the divine feminine cycle, like all of us know, death is helpful, or the darkness, what we think of bad or decay or yuck or pus or infection, actually then helps clean, heal, or is nutrition for the forest floor, so then we have more nutritious mushroom or food or trees. So there is a cycle where everything has its place and nothing is shamed and nothing is hated or divided or extracted. So for today's ceremony, we are being very much guided. Literally, our hands are we're being held or led by the hand of a bodhisattva, native, indigenous person. Maybe it's our mother, brother, sister, or an aspect of ourselves in other timelines where we are or were that. Could be a guide, could be a friend, very, very familiar energy. And we are now forming a huge circle around the earth. I have been tapping into today's ceremony for a long time, wondering what it would be like, what would we be feeling, what would we be anticipating. I also keep thinking it's so interesting. 70 people signed up and 13 people are here, and it's really interesting to me because the energy is so big. We are weaving big energy, and I had to just put more makeup on, like more sparkles, more intensity, because that was my language to understand that there was big acupuncture work happening. There is something different, and maybe it's different for me in one way, but maybe it's different for you in another way. So that's what I was feeling. I now also saw, and I'll bring in the drum a little bit, that we had unicorns coming in. When the unicorns come in, it is when the world is being brought back to a sense of justice and just society. Then I'm seeing a whole circle, a band of, I want to say a band of merry men, but really it is the huge Pegasi, the plural of Pegasus beings that are coming in. The ones that I feel are identifying themselves as coming in through the Aldebaran portal. Like many beings, I think that there's different kinds of races or identities or frequencies. So we have the Aldebaran giant Pegasus that are coming, and that they are forming a circle around us. And the circle, the concentrical circles get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So we have a lot of backup. But think of the power that we're working with. Look at all of that light. And I keep seeing that light in visions. And I see us as this gorgeous, beautiful priestess, whether we are in male or female, this beautiful energy. Look at her. She is so, I see that in so many of us, that that's in our auric field. We are these queens. We are these priestesses. And we do come from lineages where we have fully developed this mastery. So look at all this light that is just coming in and flowing. Really? Somebody, Joanna, you can't hear me? I don't know how to change. Look, I put the microphone closer. Do you hear me better now?
Okay. Yeah, we
Yeah?
hear it. It was just so soft. So maybe a little
Yeah,
bit. Speak up
my
a
voice
little
got
bit.
soft. Okay, but I moved the microphone closer to me. Did that make a difference? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm taking a pause here. There was lots of information that was coming in. Okay, thank you. So what I'm seeing, we are forming a circle. We have this massive backup from people, humans, that you might think would be angry about what colonialization has done to the earth. The native indigenous people are holding our hands. Around us are unicorns. Behind the unicorns are Pegasus or Pegasi. All of this in myth and mythology does connect with water in one way or another, and it's bits and pieces that we are missing. Then there's also water nymphs and the selkies. Selkies were usually women that then shapeshifted into a seal. And all over the northern parts of the world, there's those types of myths. So there's something. There's also the story of the swan maiden, and that's connected to water dragons, as in a swan can look like a water dragon, and water nymphs. So shape-shifting has a lot to do with this. A lot of us are either not human at all, or we have the human body but we're fully something else, or we're hybrid. So there's a lot of power that we're bringing together. At this moment in time, we are receiving a blessing. We are receiving a recharge, because we have the circle of unicorns around us, and we are a circle around the earth. And then we have the Pegasus circle around the unicorns. So we are receiving double love, double recharge, coming to the back of our hearts, giving us support. And I'd like to take a moment here to say, so many of us feel like abandoned starseeds living on planet Earth, surviving in this environment. And there might be a psychological imprint of the martyr and the abandoned one. It really is a thing. So maybe this energy is really helping with that, melting it, acknowledging it, loving it, giving it compassion. And this is for us and for the people on Earth. Double crystal bowl for the double energy of the unicorn and Pegasus. I think that the Pegasus have something to tell us, which is very interesting, because I work with the higher aspect of Medusa, calling her Galactic Medusa. And it's funny because Pegasus grew out of her in Greek mythology, although Medusa was alive and well for thousands of years, being a goddess of the earth before the Greeks. But she must have been so connected with water. She's also connected to Mami Wata, the goddess of the ocean in some parts of Africa. I'm kind of getting chills as I'm saying all of this. I'm suddenly feeling cold in a good way. So what is happening to us? We have been gifted a spiritual gift of wings, and not necessarily angelic wings. They can be that if that's what you're seeing and sensing, so trust you more than me. But what I'm seeing is this is a gift from our Aldebaran crystalline plasma Pegasus. The Pegasus are giving us their wings. There is symbolism in this. It's related to higher consciousness, open heart, and just society, building the just society. But again, what I am sensing is we don't have to do anything more. We don't have to get our hands dirty. We don't have to get involved. We simply do the things that we're doing today. And we do it in our dream time, we're doing it in our prayer, we're doing it in our meditation time, we're doing it when we're talking and communicating to other water priestesses like us, or when you're looking at your crystals or plants or flowers that are transmitting this, or the water itself. So it does not have to be hard work. We are not being asked to give more than what we can. In fact, anything right now is we're being recharged and we're being thanked. But we are working together as a group, and we are getting ready to blast something to the earth. We are getting ready as a group to be conduits, and we are getting ready to use the plasma pillars that are appearing. These guys, look at this light and energy that's going to be huge. These are the receivers and the conduits, the interconnectors and the bridge of energy that we're going to be working with, because I place them on sacred sites. And of course, as we're going to be seeing them today, as they appear to us, they're going to be huge, as big as the Eiffel Tower, I say. And so they duplicate themselves. And so they are literally extensions, maybe, of the Pegasus. They are simply pure energy. What they say to me is that they are the elemental light and magic that we used to have and that we will have on earth again, in the crystal kingdom, tree kingdom, mushroom kingdom, soil, minerals, all of that. And so it's almost like a bouncing back, saying we miss it, we've been estranged from it, and it's coming back. So we have the energy from the Pegasus and the unicorns, opening our hearts, connecting to our soul mission, getting ready to broadcast. And what I see is, as we are a circle around Earth and our hearts are pumping the light that's coming from behind us, we're getting charged up and down as though we were the plasma pillars also. But in front of each one of us is the plasma pillar, one, that is receiving everything that we have to give in a way where, just like it is quartz crystal maintains a constant charge, positive, negative electricity, which is why it's used in computers and technology. We are working in that way too, so that we're giving and receiving, giving and receiving. The plasma pillar in front of us is connecting and bringing what is needed to the waterways above and below the ground. So if we think of all the different places that we are on the world now, here and on replay, all the different places. I'm here in Italy, I'm on the Vatican grounds, and all this energy is pumping through and around. I'm connected to different sacred sites. We have people that mentioned that are, we have Australia, right? And Denmark and Canada. So this is all over the world. We even have, I think, Hawaii and Japan. So really we got it all covered. Let us be in this space, giving and receiving. and seeing if there's any special message for us to receive. O mai tarita tekisha la aya tiritira na anai karaholo kolelene. This is a water nymph, maybe from Denmark, that has long, gorgeous water hair. Her hair is like a waterfall. And she is saying, thank you for stepping up. Thank you for coming up in whichever and however it is that you're showing up. Because it is working. We the elementals, we the water nymphs, we the beings that you forgot our names, we are coming out. Through your intention, through your heart, through your purity, we get to be more powerful. We get to be more physical, more tangible. We get to clean and clear the earth more. We get to reverse pollution more. It is possible through the different technologies that are not known to mainstream. There's different things that we are doing, such as this, that actually are cleansing the waters and are raising the vibrations of the waters of the world, which in turn raises the vibration for everything. The water nymph is now diving under the waterways and showing us things. The water nymphs are showing me something that I haven't had access to before. There is something about extremely sophisticated, delicate, refined, that's the word, refined energy that we together today have been able to weave. It feels like lace, and it is white light lace, rainbow lace, and plasmatic that is flowing through even the hardest blockages, going through in different places. So this is a new level of success for us as water priestesses, going to places where it really is needed. And then, like a mushroom, that lace can grow like a tree and crack the blockage open more. Meanwhile, the unicorns and the Pegasus are concerned for us. They are our guardians. They're looking out for our hearts. They're making sure that we are okay, that we are protected. And more than anything, instead of the concept of protection, they really like the idea of filtering. So what is it that we are allowing in, and what it is that we are not allowing in? So therefore, what is it that we are filtering out? This goes for us and for the waterways. One example is, well, we don't want fluoride in the water, so go away. And that can be melted away, alchemized. Similarly, within us, we may not want the chaos of the world, the weight of the world, and that gets melted away. There is a liquid light structure or a circle that is being, or a seal, a protection filter amplifier of light that is being built in the front of our heart and in the back of our heart to help us feel safe, grounded, and more open in these times. The guardians for this are any kind of white flower that you resonate with, the Pegasus and the unicorns. But there's something more with the Pegasus. They have a special connection with this gift that they are giving us. For me right now, it looks like liquid quartz with aura, rainbow angel aura on it. I'm seeing it at the front of me and at the back of me, and it feels like it shapeshifts and it's very liquidy, like having more liquid or more plasma in my auric field, even throughout my daily life. I definitely see rainbow, pearlescent rainbow waters. I'm seeing so much more flow through and throughout the earth. I'm seeing it into deeper layers of the earth than I did last time, and I'm seeing a lot on the upper surface waterways, which you could call the rivers and the lakes. But our big focus is the underground waterways, whether they are real actual water or energetic water. At this point in time, there are some water nymphs that are giving us a headdress that looks just like the image behind me. They're giving it to us not as though we didn't have it before, but strengthening it. And if we weren't aware that we had it before, we're more aware that we have it now. So we're really being gifted this to say, congratulations, you are upshifting yourself, you are remembering yourself, you are connecting to this frequency. That beautiful headdress of the liquid light and liquid waters. We are beginning to leave the space as we have accomplished what we came here to accomplish. Before we fully leave the space, the Pegasus are reminding us that we now have Pegasus wings. They are also saying, think and feel about the difference between angel wings and Pegasus wings. There's a difference in the mind, there's a difference in the mythology and the legends. Those were key words for us to maybe go down our own rabbit hole or just to trigger something within us in dreams. But there's something about Pegasus wings. It goes beyond Christianity, it goes beyond religion, and it plays more with the idea of current elementals, current energy around us. It wants to be new, but maybe also ancient, reminding us of something inside of us that we were connected with. At this moment in time, all of our wings are opening like a big ceremonial, ta-da! All of our wings are opening, us and all of the Pegasus. It is a show of honor. We are honoring each other. The elementals are really, really speaking. I'm seeing selkies, harpies, nymphs, water coming. It was like a missing link that we had been thirsty for. So let us begin our descent back into our body. We say thank you to the Pegasus, the ring of Pegasus. Thank you to the unicorns. Some unicorn and some Pegasus might stay behind with you and walk by your side if you don't already have 1, 2, or 3. There will be several that are now not leaving your side, consciously or unconsciously, or however much you want to welcome them. We are now separating from the group. We had the native indigenous peoples, bodhisattvas, that were staying around. We too have a link with them, whether they were our grandfather, grandmother, or we are them and they are us. They too are sticking around. Most of us have them as guides, and we already know. If not, we're reaching a new level of awareness. We are now really returning our consciousness to our country on the earth, our city, our state, our home, our bed, our table, our chair, our floor. Returning all of these frequencies with us that then get to saturate the crystals that we have in our homes, the plants, the animals, the walls, the soil beneath your house, and the water ley lines that are beneath you. However far down they are, and they are there. So you're bringing all of this with you. And so much is being absorbed in your heart space, in your mitochondria, in your cells. Being similar to plants, the mitochondria is what translates light frequency into energy for us and directs the cancer cells and other cells to live or not live. So we've got the mitochondria as a powerhouse working with these frequencies. So we're back into our body, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. We can be here or stay here as long as you want, or you can return back and speak and talk and share. Sometimes we're actually invited to just be in that space. So it means either keep your video and audio off, or talk so that you can assimilate it. You're invited to participate any way you want. I'm moving my shoulders and I really need to move more. The earth has really absorbed this, and the core of the earth has absorbed this. And softly, the Vatican has absorbed this. Mind control, religions, politics, trees, plants. Everyone has received this softness of being less rigid in one way and literally flowing more. So I am done. We are done with this. If anybody wants to talk or share or ask questions, you are welcome to. Rainbow coming in. Why do I not see that? Pippa, rainbow. Your dog. I have one cat that's here. I wanted the other cat to be here, but yeah. Did anybody see or sense the unicorns? There's the Pegasus. There's the natives. There's the plasma pillars. And I just see so big. I love these guys. I have 4 sets, and then I have duplicates all over my house. It just makes me happy. Grabbing the light. And you're slowly coming back in your bodies. If you have any questions about what you saw and you need an interpretation, I'm here. Ada, I see that you are unmuted.
I am?
Hi.
Hi, I didn't know I was muted.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For some reason, you're kind of blacked out on my screen here. So the only option I have to do anything is to leave. But if I might share, I had something wonderful happening. I was walking on my way home, and a monarch butterfly stopped me. He he flew around me and landed on the path ahead of me. and just had me stay there and ground everything that we were doing. So I'm still out in nature, grounding and really working on the waters and everything underneath us. And I had a tiny little airplane flying over my head 3 times during the last minutes now. So
Wow.
we are doing something.
Yeah, I could feel it. I knew you were doing something because I had unusual nightmares of preparing and being afraid I wasn't preparing properly. And I thought, well, I don't know what kind of interference that is, if it's my own interference or outside or both, or it's all the same. But I thought it's big, it's big.
It is
Um,
big, and yeah, we've really been working with the darker side, and kind of setting them free into the light. I've had so many people through different channels trying to get a hold on me lately, these past days. And yeah, there's been a lot of work going on prior to this.
mhm.
So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Unicorn from Moni. Unicorns are bigger, loved. The Lemurian elemental water dense wings. How do I share a photo? There is a way of sharing a photo through chat. I'm not super good. Then Pippa, you saw the Pegasus wings linked you with the Sphinx that you meant at Delphi. That gives me some kind of chills, like I'm catching something too. So thank you. Kind of helps me with puzzle pieces. Oh, you had your 2 cats with you, Paula. Pegasus wings and unicorn presence. Oh, you, Moni, recognized the Indian tribe that you're a part of too. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think that unicorns and Pegasus are coming, and we don't really fully understand how big and important and serious they are, because they have come back on Earth as silly little things to go in the lunch boxes for kids. But I see them as serious beings that have a lot of protection. There's the masculine and the feminine, and I see a lot of the masculine unicorns and Pegasus that come in to say, this is our land, we're protecting you, we're helping you, we're claiming it. I see unicorns and Pegasus, especially after I do a land clearing from dark energies or dark portals or dark ETs or just dark mishmash of dark things. Then a unicorn will pop in and say, I'm claiming the land. And I thought, oh, okay. And that's how I learned that unicorns claim that. That was new for me. Moni, you're saying that I need to allow people to put photos? I don't know how to do that. Liquid chlorophyll also helps us to absorb more. Yeah, yep, that sounds good to me. So any questions that you have about how to process? Did anybody get some weird message or some unusual experience? For me, it was all a little bit unusual because Pegasus and unicorn energy to be so strong and to come in as such a big force. And then this sort of sigil that they were doing around our hearts, which felt more like a portal, like it was open, and that felt really strong. Mike, I mentioned energetic water. Your background is a multicolor stream of light. The jellyfish! The jellyfish is your spirit animal. So there's something going on with jellyfish. I have been seeing them more. They are in people's energy field. Neuroscientists are studying jellyfish because I think they don't have neurons, but they move and live and think and do things. So there's some like super intelligence going on with jellyfish. What's also interesting to me, Mike, is that in Italy, we call jellyfish la medusa because she looks like a head with all the snakes hanging off her. So there's something going on there that's very exciting that I think has to do with what we're becoming, maybe what we used to be, telepathic, like we didn't need neurons. Something very cool. And water, of course. Light language during the circle gathering. Moni, did you see it or did you do it yourself? Ah, you're doing it. I was wondering if people were being noisy on their own. I was hoping that. Yes. So do you have any questions to digest this information, or it's more energy really? Oh, walking in nature. Good. Okay, good. I know that what we did was really huge. I knew what we were going to do was going to be huge. I also knew that we wouldn't really know what would unfold because we're working with very big energies. I mean, the Vatican. We all know that the Vatican is a brain control. We're still using the Gregorian calendar. I can't even say the word. The Pope Gregorian calendar, which goes against nature because it has 12 months instead of 13 months. If we had the 13-month calendar, we wouldn't need a leap year, so it would be in harmony. And of course, this concept of Vatican with sexual abuse, and sexual abuse is everywhere. It's a way of controlling. But what's so very interesting is that there is so much power in each human, whether male or female, and there's so much power in water and so much memory in water. And it comes in as it's so soft and flowy that it's like a soft power. There's something going on with these ceremonies that we're doing that is soft power. And therefore it becomes, isn't it like the willow is one of the strongest trees because it can flex and it doesn't snap? I'm going to read Joanna. You connected with the tribal energies for the past week. This morning you were chanting. Oh, and Mexico and Oahu. 52 golden healer, blue smoke DNA, Lemurian crystals. That's cool. Azurite, Malachite. Yeah, you're so very active, and you felt very supported by Divine Mother and Grandmother. I'm feeling Grandmother energy very much. Grandmother energy is funny to me because it kind of scolds us a little bit. You got to do better, and Grandmother has gone through everything. She's gone through the sex and having kids and being a parent and then being a parent to everything and everyone. So, hey, I've done a lot of talking. Nobody else wants to share their voice? Wants to come back down to earth? That's really interesting, Mike, because I'm a horse too. Horse in Chinese astrology. So you're into the unicorns and Pegasus. That's interesting. I didn't think about that. Maybe because for me, unicorns and Pegasus are not so much horses because they look more like deers and goats and a mixture and a chimera, but they look mostly like horses. So there's just a lot of energy there. So come on, nobody has questions to put me on the spot. Let me answer some weird question. Let's just digest some of the energy.
Okay. Thank you, Alessandra. Very, very beautiful. My whole being is still tingling away. During that activation, I very much linked in and saw the lace being of the rainbow rays and moving through various parts of the waterways here where I am in England. Yet I also saw there was a link once the Sphinx with the wings came in. the Bosnian tunnels, and then there was a tunnel that linked from Greece to Egypt and vice versa, and that's also part and parcel of what I'm picking. But I've felt that, so thank you.
That's fascinating to me. Delphi is very much on my mission because I'm working with Medusa as an oracle, as a Sibyl. Medusa was in Rome. The Sibyls were in Rome before the Romans. They had the Vatican. The Sibyls were working with snakes energy and dragon energy. The Sibyls were also in Delphi. There was a connection with Africa. They might have been originally from North Africa. North Africa might have been more watery. So there's a huge connection with, might even be Northern England, Ireland, Delphi. And then there's some connection going on with Egypt. And I get these clues because I know that Cleopatra was a priestess of Isis and she channeled Isis. She was extremely powerful. That's why everybody kept saying that she was sexy. It's because she had this, the divine sex magic. There you go, goddess Isis. Beautiful image of divine. So what you're saying makes sense. What did you say? There was several elements. What did you say?
I said that I could see the energy.
Sphinx.
Yeah, there's a Sphinx. It's called the Sphinx of Naxos. And when I arrived in Delphi, I was totally activated.
Sphinx of Naxos. I'm writing this down.
It transpires that there are different types of sphinxes, not just the original one in Egypt.
Yes.
There's one near you in Italy that's by the sea.
Really? Is it in Italy?
Yes. Yeah.
Where? I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I'll find it out and send it to you.
Okay. Yes. Keep talking because there's something else.
Yeah, so when you were mentioning about the wings, I feel very much on that path also, with the avian beings, and the bird people. So even though I was in the tunnels, there's something about the wings that is connecting the higher frequencies that are coming in, to reach these sacred places on our beautiful planet.
And you also mentioned Bosnia. I was in Bosnia. I was in those tunnels. Some felt negative, some felt positive. Bosnia, you're talking about the Bosnia pyramids?
No, the ravine tunnels. So again,
yeah, I went there. Yeah.
I haven't been there yet, but it's calling me.
Yeah, I've been there, and there is something about negative ions or something geomagnetically measurable that changes and heals there. So yes, I feel it. I feel there's somebody else. Who is it that wants to talk? Thank you, Pippa. Thank you. Who else? Come on, we need your voices. It helps us. You mentioned the Sphinx, and I keep seeing harpies. Sphinx and harpies, similar energy, but it goes back to old mythology of before 2000 years ago, so before the ancient Romans. Harpies, it's almost like they were birds with women's heads, but that was one version of a goddess or a deva, an elemental goddess of the area. They use screeching sounds to break darkness. They are connected to the Valkyries. Valkyries were helping clear dark energy to move out and work with the souls. So all of this is interconnecting, but it also connects with water, even though, and it works also with black swans. Not that I have black swans. I don't know how eco-sustainable that is, but I have some black feathers, it might be turkey feathers. So you have Valkyries, black swans, and Medusa, and the Oracle of Delphi, the Sphinx, harpies, and what? Yes, Pippa?
There were black swans in Athens, and everywhere I went, there were two birds together, back to back. I think one of them was Phoenix. But yeah, again, black.
Phoenix, black swans. Yes, it's interesting because then they called them also the black doves, which wasn't. So you had oracles or the sibyls that not all of them, but some of them were black from Africa, melanated skin. And so the Greeks called them the black doves, but they called themselves the black swans. And so you have this Amazonian protector energy of, you have the Amazon warriors, you have the Amazon warrior queens, Amazon warrior priestesses. There's just a lot going on here, but it all goes back to water also. Also, the Amazons were said to be on an island, so you have water energy there. So if nobody speaks up, I'm gonna have to wrap it up and say goodbye to everyone. So more wacky comments or sharing, please.
Hi, it's me again. I just wanted to say it's so amazing that everything that has been shared now about Greece, because I will have to leave this Zoom now because I'm attending another Zoom that starts in a few minutes where we are working from Greece. So, so it's interesting. We are totally working together, everyone, today. And I love it. I love it.
It's evidence of the interconnection. So yes.
So
Definitely. So I'm jumping from Italy to Greece right now.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. I heard somebody else's voice.
yeah, I was just wanted to add that the energy of Ishtar and Inanna came through as you were speaking about the birds and the wings. So I just wanted to mention briefly about this.
For me,
Yeah.
that's Venus in her different forms, and I feel her.
Exactly.
She comes through Isis for me, and
Mhm.
she's very strong there. So yes.
That's all.
Kali Bri. Yeah, wait, I just had a message and then it went away. So, oh, I don't know if anybody's interested, but I might experiment. I have done something in person with the Pegasus in groups. It was groups of 12. But I might experiment. There might be a super special deal in the next few weeks, so stay posted. I might do some offering where we meet in groups online, and it will be a what I call a galactic teepee, and the Pegasus will come around us, and we will do intense work. It does not have to be water related. It will be more personal healing, intense messages for ourselves, each other in the group, very private for the group. This is a little bit more public. We're doing really service for the earth. Obviously, it comes back to us, but this is earth ley line work with the plasma pillars. So I'm just saying, got an idea. It's going to come out, the Galactic Teepee group thing. So what people would do is you would sign up and then you'd be surprised as who's coming in your time slot. I don't know if it'll be 12. It might be more like 6 people so that we have time to get deep into things. Usually there'll be a shared theme without even knowing. So spread that word if you're interested. I'm gonna have to wrap it up. Nobody else is saying anything weird or cool or interesting or asking anything. Okay. Let's see if there's any other messages that are coming through. You have last call to speak or share or ask. Let me see if anything else is coming in. This is a repeat message, but it's coming for us. It's coming from all the beings because they're all in unison. Be kind to yourself. Be very, very soft and kind to yourself. You have no idea what's going on with you, your body, your mind, your emotions, your digestive system. You have no idea what's going on in the world, how affected you are by everything, even though you're higher dimensional. There is great love for you, even though the support that you have is etheric or in the higher realms. It doesn't mean that it's not effective. So trust that all your needs are met. Trust that all that you need in this specific time, food, water, housing, job, personal energy to do and accomplish all that you have to do, trust that you really do have backup, support, love, and that you are seen. And at some point in your life, you will also see yourself more as the incredible, beautiful beings and humans and hybrids and star seeds that you are. And there will be a celebration. And for us, all the beings that are speaking now, this celebration is here and now. So let us meet in plasmatic waters. Let us meet in water dragons, in seahorses. Seahorses just popped up. Pegasus, in unicorns. And love yourselves and love each other. Love yourselves so much. So we're getting ready to say goodbye from all of these beings that are hugging us and flowing through us. So maybe that portal that they gave us is a connection to receive their love and support. That's what I'm feeling. And I'm actually feeling it behind me, is just support to survive and to be in these times and to spread it to others. So thank you, everyone. I think we are concluding. To conclude the energy, as always, I say that we have a amniotic sac of liquid plasmatic water light from our mother of the earth, fairy mother, or biological mother, however it is that you're seeing it. That there is this amniotic sac that is then becoming very galactic and puffing around us and allowing us to contain, retain, absorb, digest as much as is in our highest good, and to clean, clear, purge in ease and grace everything else. So keep being this dynamo that you are, and let's be connected. Ciao, ciao, everyone. I'm gonna switch this off. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you.